December 17th, 2025, Wednesday. Reflection by Reverend Father Clifford Atta Anim. Matthew chapter 1, verses 1 to 17. Beginning a story with a genealogy was, the normal Jewish way of opening a biography. For the Jewish people, identity and vocation were really rooted in ancestry. Belonging to God's chosen people meant, belonging to a known line. A respected Jew was expected to trace his lineage back several generations, and a priest had to prove descent from Aaron. By starting his gospel with a genealogy, Matthew makes it clear that Jesus enters real human history, and that the long journey of salvation reaches its decisive moment in the birth of the Son of God, conceived by the Holy Spirit and born of the Virgin Mary. Jewish genealogies were traced through the male line. For this reason, Joseph is presented as the husband of Mary and the legal father of Jesus. In Jewish law, legal fatherhood carried the same rights and responsibilities as biological fatherhood. Through Joseph, Jesus inherits the royal lineage of David and stands firmly within the promises made to Israel. Since marriage normally took place within one's clan, the early fathers reasonably held that Mary herself also came from the house of David. In this way, Jesus is truly the Son of David and the fulfillment of God's covenant promises announced by the prophets. Matthew carefully structures the genealogy into 3 groups of 14 generations. This arrangement is not accidental. The first section traces Israel's rise from Abraham to David, the moment of national greatness. The second section follows the decline of the kingdom, ending in the Babylonian exile, a period of loss and humiliation. The third section leads from the exile to the birth of Christ, marking the renewal of hope. Symbolically, these stages reflect the story of humanity itself, created in God's image, wounded by sin, and restored to dignity through Jesus Christ. One striking feature of this genealogy is the inclusion of people with complicated and even sinful histories. Matthew names women like Tamar, Rahab, and Ruth, individuals who stood on the margins yet became instruments of God's saving plan. Their presence reminds us that God works through imperfect families and broken stories. Holiness is not about having a flawless past, but about allowing God to redeem what is wounded. Life messages. First, we are invited to look honestly at our own families. Every family has its struggles and its failures. Like the family line of Jesus, ours may include painful chapters. Still, God can bring grace and goodness even out of weakness and sin if we remain open to Him. Second, through baptism we belong to a greater family, the family of God. This dignity calls us to live as children of a Holy Father, reflecting His mercy, faithfulness, and love in the way we live. God bless you.